Hart said that life is made of chapters, and humans have this amazing ability to interpret this chapter that you're in right now. And what this does, how you interpret this chapter, is what writes your next chapter. But you cannot write the next chapter in the way that you want if you are not consciously aware how you are interpreting this chapter right now. So everybody tells you that to be successful, you need discipline, that you need to find what you want to do and just do it. But here's what nobody tells you. It's like, when you find out the thing that you want to do, your brain goes into this vicious loop of self-doubt. And I know this because I've been through this and I'm fixing it right now by doing the thing that I said I would do. Because I figured this one piece out. This is very, very important. Basically, what happens is when you finally find the thing that you want to pour yourself into, your brain thinks of all the things, and there is a place that you want to go. Your brain thinks of all the things that you have to do in order to reach that destination of yours. But naturally, what happens is when your brain thinks of all the things, it gets overwhelmed. And what do people do when they get overwhelmed? They get stressed. Your body reacts to this feeling of being overwhelmed and it gets stressed out. And your brain already has the solution to this because it reaches for a self-soothing behavior, like a cigarette or a hit of dopamine with scrolling. Like when you're in public transport and you get overwhelmed by people around you, you get stressed out by being awkward in public. Everybody just grabs their phone instantly. Because what happens when dopamine hits your brain, when you go on Instagram or something, it counteracts the stress response from the adrenaline. It lowers your adrenaline. But it also wastes the only precious thing that you have in order to reach your dream, which is dopamine itself. Because dopamine isn't just a pleasure chemical, it's a molecule of seeking. And so another thing that happens when you're in this loop of self-doubt is that you're like, okay, I am not sure of my ability to do it because there's all these things I have to do. But the only way to really figure out your ability to do the thing is to do the thing, which is why Nike's slogan is the most popular and best recognized slogan on the planet, which is just do it because it is that simple. But you cannot just do it if you're not aware of what's happening. Because even Buddha said that you cannot control yourself. And he didn't mean that you can never control yourself. He meant that by default, your nature is you're not using your prefrontal cortex that often. You do not have the understanding of what's happening. You're not analyzing your behavior. You're not paying attention to like how you're sabotaging yourself. Like you think you have free will, but if you have so much free will, then why haven't you done the things that you said you would do? Because you fell into traps that you weren't aware of. Because you didn't look at what dopamine does. You didn't manage your resources correctly. You didn't put constraints on yourself to actually get the things done that you want to be doing with your life. And so if you want to stop living this dream world where you think you're going to get your things done, but every time you actually try to do them, you do something else. And then you fool yourself by finding something better to do. But the only way to be successful at anything is to stick to it. But you don't stick to it, and so you don't get better at it. And if you just did it every day, you would figure out something as you do it, because that's the only way you figure things out, is that you do it, you check out all the mistakes that you're making by, let's say, asking ChatGPT, like I said yesterday, with the inversion. It's like, how do I fail? And then tells you how you fail, and you're like, wait, do I do those things? Okay, I do this, but I don't do this, so that's cool. I'm already better than most people. I don't do that. And so you just constantly think about it. You frame yourself as the person that wants to get better at something. Your identity is also really important. You have to identify as the guy that you want to be before you are that guy. That's how you become that guy. Because if you're always aspiring to do something, then you're not the guy you're never going to get there. You're always going to be the guy that's aspiring to do the thing instead of identifying as the guy. I'm a podcaster now. This is what I do. I do content. I'm a creator. I consciously think of ways to create things that can help other people that are 10% behind me on the same journey, that are trying to do something creative. So if you found this video valuable and you want to hear more from me and you don't want to miss more videos from me, subscribe to this podcast, because God just told me that if you don't subscribe, you will never do the thing that you want to do. Oh, he didn't actually say that, but you should still subscribe. It will help me a lot. That's all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoy this. Peace.